Starting to the top right now in blue, we have the Protoss player for the Prime team. The last man standing.
Creator Prime.
Trader up against a fellow Protoss player in potentially the last game of the day. Starting to the bottom left of the map, we have the Protoss in the red, starting for Team FXOpen. Was called Tier, he's now called
FXO Hurricane.
Hurricane just really on a roll right now. Did lose 0-2 out of his OSL group, but best of ones. You know, a regrettable format really, but he did fall out and took 4th place there, so he will be in the Challenger League coming up here. Hopefully we can cast all of his games.
I'm currently looking at the ranking, and if Hurricane wins this game, they will have won the team match with a 4-1, that is a +2 indicator. That would, sorry, a +3 indicator. That would put them in total in the rankings on 3 wins, 4 losses, and an indicator of +2, which means that it's only important that a Zubo starts here loses. The score suddenly doesn't matter anymore. We've been talking about eventualities earlier and the possibilities going in this. So with a 4-2 in this match, actually, no, sorry, if they only win it by a 4-3 today, FXOpen that is, then the indicator comes into play. If they win it like this with a 4-3 or a 4-2, then it actually does not matter anymore. The only thing that has to happen for them to advance to the playoffs, FXOpen that is Azubo or StarTale going to lose.
Yeah. It's very important that you kind of make that clear for everybody, because this is not just about the win.
Yeah.
And right now we have both players 2 and 2 gas, identical builds. You can see a 20 gas lead for Hurricane here, as he put his 3rd workers in a little bit earlier. So you notice the difference here. He's still in 2-2 here, which means that we may see a 2nd gateway go down for Creator. Not necessarily going to be the case, though. And
you know, actually, just coming back to the situation in the standings now, if Hurricane loses, I really hope that that also Choya is looking at the rankings and is saying like, okay, I realize this, because if Hurricane loses, there can't be another choice but putting Linux out right away.
Yeah.
Because for them, it's really important to close that out now. There is no, I give a player exposure. There is no, like, I take a gamble or I prepare something for Linux later on. There is, I win this right now or I will put myself in a really bad spot.
Yeah,
when a StarTale and a Zuko play.
It's basically like the opposite of what we see from Prime right now, as far as what this match means. And Twilight Council here not scouted, so right now Hurricane a little bit in the dark. It looks like it's going to be DTs based on that placement.
Going into the Twilight Council here. A lot later though for Hurricane.
Yeah, that one looks more like Blink. But it still could be either thing for both of them. There's the Dark Shrine as expected.
Yeah.
DTs seem to be the most common opening in Protoss versus Protoss in competitive play right now.
But you know, it's something that Creator, that's very non-Creator.
Exactly, so that could throw Hurricane off here.
Yeah. That's something that Harry Creator just didn't do in the past. But if you analyze his PvP, he is the guy who goes always in expand. He's the guy who might sometimes throw the Blink Stalkers in. But usually he relies on Stargate openings, he relies on very different builds at what he was trying to do in Wings of Liberty. Very successful with that. Then he tried to transition that over to Heart of the Swamp. Didn't work out all that well. And now he's going into DTs. Both of them do, but the much faster DTs are for Creator.
And also his pylon is up on the right side of the map first. This is going to be a wacky game. Yeah. This game may come down to who hits force fields on the ramp, and right now Hurricane has no units at the ramp at all.
It might also come down to the question who is able to clear his opponent's buildings first.
Yeah, and who hides the robo? Like, do you hide a robo? Can you get away with that?
That's the robotics for Hurricane.
Oh, this is so important, Keldor.
Yeah, that gives him a massive lead already.
But the Nexus already under fire here.
Robo also for Creator, so okay, detection is not going to be an issue. Now it comes down to the question, how much damage will those DTs do?
Yeah, it's going to be a long while before those observers are out. That DT is so close, by the way, to the base.
Yeah. Oh, but he was scouted.
He was scouted. The force field is so important here. Does he hit it? Does he hit the force field?
Oh, yes.
Oh my god!
He needs another one.
Oh, he does need another one. He warps another sentry and he will hit that force field, but
his robo
he needs to hit it like right away.
His robo is already completed. That's the only force field that he has. The robo is nearly done.
His own DT being warped in right now. He needs that chrono boost pronto.
Sentries are gone, no energy left. The DT's in the main base. Here comes the force field for Creator. He is hitting it.
Force field is good, and that DT
that's
is
too much damage.
It's over. This game is over.
It should be. It definitely should be.
DT gets up here.
DT is in. Where is the sentry for Creator? There it is.
Yep. He sees it now.
As the observer, of course, not the sentry. Yeah,
That's game.
that's game.
Crowd going nuts down there.
Yeah, the crowd is actually like really enthusiastic today, and also the Prime bench is really celebrating there.
Yeah. This game is over. He dances the Stalkers. He says, "Get out,
GG!
What a gamble there. Both players going DTs. Prime gets the advantage. And you know, it really begs the question, like you said before, should they have been using these other players before in the team league?
Well, they used Creator before.
Right, or, you know, Creator obviously before, but
Yeah.
they look like they could take this team league match. It looks possible. It looks doable now. It's still going to be tough, and I think we are going to see Leenock next, but it's still possible.
You know, that's not the question. I mean, it doesn't really have to be Leenock. It has to be the player that you assume is the strongest right now in this matchup. If you think that Leenock is not able to take down Creator, then it's okay, but you don't save Leenock. Usually what FXOpen usually does is save Leenock for third or fourth. Now they have to go into the third player, but now you have to win that now. You have to take it right away, because if Creator wins another game, then it does not only mean that you might lose the team match, it also means that even if you win it, depending... I mean, you are relying on Zubo Starter to lose anyways.
Yeah.
That has to happen for you. So that is the one thing that has to be true. But if you win this match only with a 4-3 today, then it also means
they have to lose worse.
Exactly. The indicator is going to be important. So this is the one thing that you try to avoid to give you at least a little bit of a better position. But right now, they have to win the next match. If they don't win the next match, it means it's not only coming down to Startel and Zubo losing next week, but it's also coming down to the fact how bad how do they lose?
Yeah.
What kind of difference in score? And of course, if you lose the next match, then you are already behind and might lose the entire team match, and then this is just going to be unimportant anyways.
I could see Lucky, but it's SC. SC is the player they've been using last a lot this season, so it stands to reason they think he's one of the best.
The choice is good if you think about the record that Creator has against Terran. It's not really a good record, so therefore he's not being successful against Terran these days, and that's why the choice going into SC, I can understand that. You have to either go for Leenock, who is traditionally speaking the strongest player in the roster, or you have to go for SC, who's just better in this particular matchup. But the player right now has to take it.
We are going into a 5-minute break before this happens, so we'll see if SC can get that win that FXOpen so desperately needs.